This is the Max Yield bin. This is the perfect product for any experienced grower who are looking to maximize their yields. With holes specifically situated directly above the colonized growth medium and openings at the top of the lid, this bin creates the ideal amount of airflow and humidity to maximize your mushroom yield. With disposable bin liners, you can throw them out after every growth, leaving little to no cleanup. If you like, you can reuse them after each growth by washing them in warm, soapy water. Because this particular product takes a lot of growth medium, if you're a beginner, we don't recommend starting on this. As you're first learning, there's a chance you're going to run into a lot of contamination, meaning you could end up spending a lot of money on growth material. So we recommend practicing on something a lot smaller. You've got a tapered fruiting lid, designed to carry the condensation to the side of the bin so that it doesn't pool onto the surface of the mycelium and create dead spots where mushrooms can't grow. Keep in mind, with this fruiting lid, you won't be able to stack any bins on top. You also have a flat fruiting lid, designed to be able to stack bins on top of each other, maximizing the space you have. In addition, it also comes with a colonizing lid, which also allows you to stack bins on top of each other. We sell these bins by themselves, or you can buy them as a complete kit, which includes things like spawn, substrate, and casing. To show you how to use the bin, I'm going to be using 2 kilograms of grain spawn, 70% isopropyl alcohol, micropore tape, an atomizer spray bottle, 6 kilograms of mycelium growth medium. This particular one is a sawdust and bran mix. There's also the option of 2 kilograms of casing layer. In addition, you'll need some tape, a pair of gloves, scissors, a paper towel, and it's always a good idea to wear a mask. You can either do this inside of our steel air box or in front of a laminar flow hood. We want to start off by sanitizing our workspace with 70% isopropyl alcohol. With everything we spray, we want to leave it for at least a minute to give it enough time to kill the contamination. We're then going to wipe from top to bottom, covering the whole workspace. This is so that we pull all of the debris to the bottom and then we can wipe it away. We're then going to spray the bin and give it a wipe. Spray and wipe the fruiting tray and put it into the bin. Spray and wipe the grain spawn and break it up. Spray our growth medium and give it a wipe. Spray and wipe the scissors and cut our grain and growth medium bags. Now we're going to layer it in what's called a lasagna. So we're going to put a layer of growth medium and a layer of grain continuously until we fill it up. This will ensure that it all colonizes evenly. We need to end on a layer of growth medium, making sure that it's fairly thick. And then we're going to press it down with medium pressure to simulate the conditions found in nature. We're then going to spray and wipe our colonizing lid and put it on top. You'll notice that the lid doesn't have any holes in it. This is so that we build CO2 inside of the bin, which is important for the colonizing period. To help this, we're going to tape up these holes so that we limit any air exchange. Keep in mind that box tape and duct tape can leave a residue behind, so if you don't want this, we recommend using masking tape. And from here, we want to let it colonize in a dark room at 22 degrees. You'll see condensation building up on the top as it grows. And when it's fully colonized, it'll look like this. We want to put the colonizing lid back on and take the tape off. Then we're going to cover the holes with the micropore tape. Then we're going to put the filters onto the fruiting lid. Take it off the plastic and put it onto the hole. These filters are quite large, making it really easy to put on. Then we're going to spray the lid and give it a wipe. Put it onto the base and close it. People go out to forage mushrooms 3 to 4 days after it rains. The reason being is in nature, after it rains, small droplets will remain on the ground. When the wind blows through, it evaporates these droplets, leaching the heat from the ground and cooling it down. This, along with the humidity that it creates in the surrounding areas, tells the mycelium that it's time to fruit. Specifically, the humidity in the air tells the mycelium that there's enough moisture in the air to support mushroom growth. From there, pins start to form and mushrooms grow. We aim to create the same conditions in our monotub. The bottom holes draw in fresh, cool air, and the top holes allow for warm, carbon dioxide-rich air to escape, reducing the amount of CO2 in the tub, cooling down the colonized growth medium and allowing evaporation to occur. It's important to fill the growth medium just below these bottom holes for proper fresh air exchange and ideal surface conditions. Maintaining ideal surface conditions is crucial in your cultivation success. To achieve this, we spray with our atomizer, reintroducing fine droplets to the mycelium, keeping it moist and helping with evaporation. We need to do this every 3 to 6 hours, or when necessary, to keep the droplets on the surface, keeping it from drying out, making sure to spray it with water that's been boiled and cooled down, putting it into the atomizer once it's cooled down. This is going to help us maintain ideal surface conditions, which will allow for small mushrooms, also known as pins, to start forming, which is when we stop misting. This can take anywhere from 3 to 7 days. After that, we want to leave the mushrooms to grow on their own. While any spray bottle can be used, standard spray bottles tend to produce droplets that are too large, causing issues down the line. The atomizer is designed to create the perfect size droplets. If you choose to use a conventional spray bottle, spray from a distance to keep the droplets small. We don't want any pooling on the top of the mycelium. The key is to find the right balance between misting too much or too little. If you leave your mycelium to dry out for too long, it may result in the growth of a protective layer, preventing mushroom growth. If you aren't able to maintain misting, we recommend applying a casing layer, which helps to maintain surface humidity and prevents our mycelium from drying, meaning you won't need to mist it, and it'll also reduce the chance of contamination as you're reducing the amount of times you need to open the tub. There are also certain mushrooms that need beneficial bacteria to grow. One example would be white button mushrooms, and a pasteurized casing layer will provide this for your mycelium. We're going to give our casing layer a spray and a wipe. Spray and wipe our scissors and cut open our casing layer. We're then going to spread it evenly over our mycelium, aiming for a 1 centimeter layer. This will now help to maintain ideal surface conditions. All you need to do now is wait for your mushrooms to grow. Because the tub offers a large surface area and excellent surface conditions, you'll notice pins forming almost everywhere. The mycelium can't support all of these mushrooms in the first flush. As a result, the mycelium will only support a few of these mushrooms that are in the best surface conditions to grow at full capacity, and it will abort the rest. It's important to pick all these mushrooms out before the second and third flush, otherwise you risk contamination. I hope you guys enjoy growing your own mushrooms in your max yield bin.